everyone, this is Karen.
Hi everybody, I am Shane.
Today we're looking at part 1 of our story called The Paradise of Children. And the vocabulary words are paradise.
Paradise.
The island is considered a tropical paradise by many people.
Companion.
Companion.
My only traveling companion on the trip was my dog, Butch.
Aww. Cottage.
Cottage.
We're all going to my cottage this weekend. You should come.
I will. Thank you for inviting me.
No problem.
Mysterious.
Mysterious.
The story is about a mysterious stranger who causes trouble in a small village.
Staff.
Staff.
The old man had a gray beard, wore a long robe, and carried a staff.
Sounds pretty scary.
Yes. Okay, but we do have a story today called The Paradise of Children, and it's actually pretty interesting.
So this is like Greek mythology, right?
That's right.
So in this story, a long, long time ago, there were only children, and children didn't need to be taken care of by parents or adults. They just played all day long, and everything was happy and safe. They didn't need anybody to protect them.
And one child was just like that, and his name was Epimetheus.
Okay.
Quite long. Epimetheus.
Right. And so one of the gods thought, maybe he's a little bit lonely. I'll give him a friend. And her name was Pandora.
That's right. Epimetheus and Pandora. And what's interesting about Epimetheus is that he has a box.
Aha. Well, he was given this box, actually, right? By the god.
Mercury, right?
Right, good. You remember. So smart. And he was told, don't open this box. It's a secret box. So he tells Pandora, don't open the box.
But I think Pandora is very curious
Of
about this box.
course. If you tell me there's a secret box, don't open it, and I'm a child, my first thought is, yeah, as soon as you go away, I'm going to see what's in that box.
But do you think she will disobey Epimetheus and open the box anyways?
I think she will.
Oh no.
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, enjoy today's story.
The Paradise of Children. A long time ago, the world used to be much different than it is today. Children used to live by themselves and played all day long. There was no need for them to be taken care of, and thus there were no parents or adults to take care of them.
Hello everyone and welcome to Live Interactive English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Kim.
And today we're going to be taking a journey to the Paradise of Children. Well, this isn't the Paradise of Children, but that's the name of our article for today. And when I read that title, it's actually kind of a strange title. I guess I think of like Disney World or, you know, an amusement park or something like that.
Theme parks are definitely paradise for kids.
Yeah, because paradise, it's heaven. It's a perfect place. It's somewhere you would never want to leave. Think about being on holiday in a beautiful tropical island, sitting on a beach. You got a tasty drink in your hand, a lovely breeze, white sand, blue water. You could stay there forever and be totally happy. It's paradise. It's perfect. And our example sentence talks about pretty much the same thing. The island is considered a tropical paradise by many people. Hawaii, the Seychelles, the Maldives, somewhere
Blue
like
sky,
that.
blue water,
Just a
beautiful.
place that you could stay for the rest of your life. It's so perfect.
Yes.
All
Now,
right. Well, we don't know exactly what it's about, do we?
No, but as we will see in our reading,
Yes.
a long time ago, the world used to be much different than it is today. Children used to live by themselves and played all day long.
Oh, okay. So this paradise might not be a place, but rather a time. Back when kids didn't have to go to school and do so much homework and have all of the other busy pressures that they have. They could live by themselves and play all day long. And then we read, there was no need for them to be taken care of. And thus, there were no parents or adults to take care of them. Wow, very interesting. I can't exactly tell you when this time was. They didn't need parents. The parents weren't around. They were off doing other things. So the kids were pretty much on their own, and that was okay. Kind of interesting. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back to find out more about this paradise of children.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这次要读的故事是 The Paradise of Children。标题里面的单字 paradise 就是乐园、天堂。刚刚 Mike 老师有提到了几个热带天堂，像是 Hawaii 就是夏威夷 ，Seychelles 是指塞西尔，那么 Maldives 则是马尔地夫等等。可是我们要读的故事并不是在热带天堂哦，而是孩子的天堂。故事一开始写到说，很久很久以前，这个世界啊跟现在的样子很不一样。孩子们过去呢是独自生活，而且整天都在玩耍，他们不需要被照顾，所以也没有父母或是大人来照顾他们。那这边有两个重点，第一个是 used to 加上原形动词。Used to 我们常常直接连音很快的念成 used to。好，那这是表达说过去曾经怎么样，用来表达过去经常的习惯啊、情况或是状态，用来暗示现在已经不是这样了。例如 ，She used to go swimming every morning。她以前每天早上都去游泳。第二个重点 ，be different 后面可以接 than 或是 from 或是 to 来表达和什么什么不一样。那这边要补充说明一下。Different 后面的介系词在美语和英语当中呢都会用 from， 而在美语当中还可以用 than 来表达，在英式英语当中还可以用 to 来表达。好，举例来说 ，Their house is different from the others on the same street。他们的房子啊跟同一条街上的其他房子不一样。好，接回到课文中。
The Paradise of Children。Epimetheus was one such child. The gods sent him a companion so that he wouldn't be lonely. Her name was Pandora. When Pandora arrived, she couldn't help but notice a great box in the cottage. Epimetheus, what have you in that box? She asked.
My dear little Pandora, that is a secret, and you must be kind enough not to ask any questions about it,
replied Epimetheus.
Okay, so it's a paradise of children. It's the perfect place for kids. There's no adults around. The kids have nothing to do, no homework or school or classes. Nothing to do. It's great. It's perfect. Where is this place? It's in a story. That's what we find out in the next sentence because it says, Epimetheus was one such child. This is a character in our story named Epimetheus. He was a child like this. He lived in this paradise of children. The gods, it says, sent him a companion so that he wouldn't be lonely. Well, that's a good point. You could be in a paradise, but if you're all alone, you might be bored after a while.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have a companion.
What is paradise without someone to share it with,
Exactly.
right? Now we see here the word companion. A companion is your friend, someone who provides accompaniment. So someone who goes with you on a trip or someone who goes with you to a place. So, for example, my only traveling companion on the trip was my dog, Butch. So who's the best companion for you when you travel?
I guess it would be my wife.
Yeah?
I can't bring my cats.
You could, but it's a lot more stressful.
They wouldn't be a good companion. So yeah, companion could be a friend. It could just be someone going with you somewhere, even if you just met that person. Or yeah, it could be absolutely an animal. But I think a human companion's probably the best. You can't have a good talk with your dog.
You would be talking to yourself.
It wouldn't work really well. So let's meet Epimetheus's companion from our story.
Okay. Her name was Pandora. When Pandora arrived, she couldn't help but notice a great box in the cottage. Epimetheus, what have you in that box? She asked.
Interesting. So Epimetheus, I wasn't too familiar with this character, but Pandora, I think we've heard of Pandora, and yes, she has a great interest in this box in the cottage. We'll be getting back to Pandora and her box in a second, but she asked what's in the box. She was curious, as, you know, most people might be. And then so we next read, "My dear little Pandora," this is Epimetheus speaking, "My dear little Pandora, that is a secret, and you must be kind enough not to ask any questions about it," replied Epimetheus.
I want to know what's in the box.
I totally want to know what's in the box.
This is making me want to know more.
It's a really strange answer. What's in the box? I can tell you it's a secret, and also don't ask me questions about the box.
I'm going to ask again.
You have to know what's in the box, don't you? Anyways, this was all taking place, as we read, in a cottage. What is a cottage? It's a simple, small little house that you'll find out in the countryside. It won't be big, it won't be fancy. It might be made of stone or wood or something like that. It's probably cute and comfortable in a way, you know, a little cottage up on a mountainside surrounded by cows, or a cottage in the woods next to a nice lake or something like that. But it's a simple country house that you might stay in on the weekend, and as I said, nothing big, nothing fancy, small and simple. For example, "We're all going to my cottage this weekend. You should come." Ooh, a nice weekend out in the countryside, cottage, maybe by a lake or something like that. Sounds perfect.
Like
all
paradise, even.
It does sound like paradise, with boxes or without. Let's take a break, and then we'll be back to find out more about Pandora, Epimetheus, and the box.
好，我们刚刚读到很久以前，孩子们整天都在玩，然后他们独自生活，不需要被照顾。而故事里面的主角 Epimetheus 艾波米修斯就是这样的一个孩子。那么众神呢，就有送他一个伴侣，让他不会感到寂寞。这个玩伴的名字叫做 Pandora 潘朵拉。当 Pandora 抵达的时候，他马上就注意到小屋里面有一个大盒子，他很想知道里面装了什么东西。Epimetheus 说那是个秘密，要他行好，不要再问任何关于他的问题了。那这样讲不就会让对方更好奇，更想要打开它了吗？好，那我们先来看两个单字 ，companion，它是表达同伴、伙伴或是伴侣。那么 Kim 老师在讲解单字时，他用到 accompaniment， 它是拼作 accompaniment，accompaniment，它有伴随或是陪伴的意思。好，那么下一个单字 cottage，cottage。cottage 这个字它表示小屋，通常指像乡村的小屋啊、村舍、农舍那一种。另外，我们文中它用到 be kind enough not to ask 什么什么来表达行好，不要再问了。好，我们这边用到一个句型，就是形容词或是副词加上 enough 加上 not 再加不定词。好，当我们用形容词或副词 enough 加上不定词，就是表达够怎么样而足以怎么样。中间加上 not 就可以表达说够怎么样而不会去怎么样。举例来说 ，He was smart enough not to get involved in their quarrel。他够聪明啊，而没有去淌那个浑水去介入他们的争吵。好，我们接回到课文中。
The Paradise of Children. Epimetheus told Pandora that he himself had no idea what the contents were. He told her that a mysterious person with a winged cap and a staff adorned with snakes had brought it just before she arrived. She immediately knew that it was none other than the god Mercury. Pandora was still curious, and even though Epimetheus had forbidden her from opening the box, the thought of what could be inside consumed her mind.
Welcome back. Now, when we left off in our story, we had Epimetheus and Pandora hanging out. And what does she find there?
Well, there was a box, and she couldn't ask questions about it, and she didn't know what was in it.
Sounds mysterious to me. Well, Epimetheus told Pandora that he himself had no idea what the contents were.
Interesting. So he also didn't know, and I guess he wasn't that interested, but there might have been a reason for that. As we learn next, he told her, Epimetheus told Pandora, that a mysterious person with a winged cap and a staff adorned with snakes had brought it just before she arrived.
Would you still open the box?
I would wonder what the postman is doing with a winged cap or a hat with wings on it and a staff or a big long stick with snakes on it. This doesn't sound like your average delivery person, but it definitely does sound mysterious. This whole thing is very mysterious.
This is a very mysterious situation,
Yeah.
which mysterious is an adjective that means strange or unknown. So you have a lot of questions about this thing. You don't know too much about it, and you want to know more because it's very weird. Now, let's see our example. The story is about a mysterious stranger who causes trouble in a small village. Who is he? Where did he come from? We're not sure. It's mysterious.
Oh, okay, so someone shows up, no one knows who he is, maybe doesn't even know their name, they don't know his name, and they have a lot of questions. There's a lot of mystery around this person. So this guy was mysterious, the person with the box. He arrived at Epimetheus's cottage, delivered this box, didn't tell them what was in it, and he had a hat, as I said, with wings on it, and a staff with snakes. What is a staff? Basically, it's a long pole that you might use for walking or something like that. Now, when I think of a staff, I think of Gandalf from the Lord of the Rings movies. The Lord of the Rings movies. You know, that wizard, and he's got the staff, and he uses it to shoot things out of or to make light from or something like that. But in the real world, yeah, you could use a staff if you're going hiking in the mountains. It might help you climb up some rocky ground. It's a long stick that you hold in your hand, and it can help you walk or do other things. For example, the old man had a gray beard, wore a long robe, and carried a staff.
That's Gandalf.
And he said, "You shall not pass." Yeah, that's definitely Gandalf. All right, so there you go. Winged cap, staff with snakes, and he's delivering things. Now, this seems to have kind of made Pandora think about something, because as we read next, she immediately knew that it was none other than the god Mercury. That's what he looks like. He's got the hat with the wings and the staff with the snakes. It's gotta be Mercury. He was the messenger of the gods. Pandora was still curious. And even though Epimetheus had forbidden her from opening the box, don't open the box, the thought of what could be inside consumed her mind. So just like you and me, wanting to know what was in the box was the only thing that she could think of. That's what we mean by it consumed her mind.
The more people tell you not to do something, the more you want to do it.
Yep, that's it for today. But we're going to be back tomorrow. So do you think someone's going to open the box?
Definitely.
You think that's going to be a good idea?
Not at all.
Yeah, something tells me that. But the only way to find out is to come back and join us tomorrow. So please do that. And until then, take care, be well, don't open the box, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
See you next time.
Don't open the box.
好，接着 Epimetheus 说，他自己也不知道这个大盒子里面装什么东西耶。在 Pandora 抵达之前呢，有一位神秘人物把他送过来。那个人呢是戴着有翅膀的帽子，手中还握着有蛇装饰的手杖。哇 ，Pandora 一听就知道，那个人一定是 Mercury， 是莫丘利。Mercury 是罗马神话当中的神祇，它就相当于这个希腊神话里面的 Hermes 荷米斯，也就是众神的信差。好，那我们这边来看两个单字 ，mysterious。Mysterious， 它是形容词，形容神秘的、难以理解的。那它的名词就是把字尾 ious 改回 y， 变成 mystery。mystery 就是神秘、谜团或是神秘的事物。看老师在解释单字时，他用到 weird，weird 是形容奇怪的、怪异的。好，下一个单字 staff 在这边它是指杖、手杖的杖或者是棍棒。好，那么课文最后有写到说。Pandora 她依然很好奇，那么虽然 Epimetheus 已经禁止她打开盒子，她还是朝思暮想，想着里面到底放了什么东西呢？好，我们这边来看三个重点哦。第一个是 even though 它表示即使、虽然、尽管，那它是 though 或是 although 的强调说法，用来强调说，虽然某个情况它已经成立了，已经是个既定事实了，可是还是有某个结果。例如Even though we missed the bus, we still got there in time. 尽管我们错过公车，尽管这件事情已经发生了嘛，但我们还是有及时赶到那里。第二个重点是 过去完成式 had 加上过去分词 PP。这个部分呢，它常常会搭配过去简单式来表达两个动作或是事件发生的先后。那么先发生的就用过去完成式，后发生的就用过去简单式。例如 The children had fallen asleep before he got home. The children had fallen asleep before he got home. 在他到家之前，孩子们已经睡着了。那孩子们先睡着嘛，他们是先发生的事，所以我们用过去完成式 had fallen 表达。而他到家是后发生的事，是用过去简单式 got 来表达。第三个重点，动词 forbid 它表示禁止，那么动词三态是 forbid, forbade, forbidden。当我们用 forbid somebody from 加上动词 ing 就可以表达禁止某人做某事。例如 He forbade his daughter from marrying the young soldier. 他禁止女儿跟那一位年轻的士兵结婚。好啦，以上是今天的讲解，同学们别走开，马上回来哦。
My daughter is missing.
Sir, please stay calm and sit down. Where did you last see her?
I last saw her on the playground near my house.
Can you describe what she was wearing at the time?
Yes. She was wearing a long flower dress, a jean hat, and a cat backpack.
What is her age and height? Also, does she have any unique characteristics?
She's 5 years old and about 110 centimeters tall. She's wearing black glasses and has long straight hair. She has a round birthmark on her ankle, too.
Can you provide us with a clear photo of her?
I have one on my cell phone.
Okay, let me print that out. Could you please fill out this form? We will pass the information on to our officers in charge.
See you next time!